And CrossFit to me has literally saved my life. Like, I probably wouldn't be sat here now if I hadn't found CrossFit.
They've fully changed my life. Like, if it wasn't for Vicky and Andy, I'd probably be dead, to be honest with you.
It literally gave me my life back.
So Bridging the Gap Mind Matters is a mental health charity which combines physical therapy with talking therapy. A lot of the feedback we get is that you don't actually realise just how much you need exercise unless you do it.
I'd never struggled with mental health or mental illness before, and then I had surgery. Stayed at home for a little while afterwards, and then I just developed really, really bad anxiety. And I went to the doctor, he was dead honest, he said the wait lists are really long, and then before I knew it, my anxiety was depression, and I was like, my life's not even worth living anymore. I was really lucky in that I found CrossFit, and Andy very kindly said that I didn't need to pay for my membership because he knew I couldn't afford it. My auntie paid for counselling for me, and using the two things, I got better. Basically, I got better. So I started it and we had absolutely no money, we had no funding. Each week, out of my own wages, I was paying for people's counselling sessions just to try and help them.
I saw Vicky something online about Bridging the Gap and was quite excited that's happening where I live. So I contacted her and said, we can do the talking therapy side. They do what they do really well, we do what we do really well. If a client pushes the door, we need to be able for them to walk through. So no client waits more than 2 weeks, 3 weeks before they're seeing a counsellor.
Yeah, so I've got BPD, borderline personality disorder. For years I didn't know how to control it, and then my partner found Bridging the Gap. I came down, give it a try. This is the first mental health programme that I've came across that sort of, it's not just about the counselling, it's about actually getting you fit and active and getting you into the community.
Anybody that knows me knows that I'm a big, bouncy, bubbly personality that loves CrossFit, and actually the person behind that was this big and terrified. And in the end I did message Vicky and say, I think I do need help.
I unfortunately lost my little sister at the age of 17 due to a car crash, and for a year I just sort of sat and felt sorry for myself more than anything. And my mum came across BTG, I think it was through Facebook, and she sort of suggested that maybe I'd try it because it had a link with CrossFit as well. It's like a community that everyone's there to encourage each other and help each other along.
Like 2 years ago I couldn't control emotions, I couldn't control my temper. I came here and it's calmed it right down.
Like, talking's great, but I've got friends that I can talk to. This was just a completely different outlet for me.
You know, they took this shell of a person that was so downtrodden, felt so worthless, so terrified of life in general. And day by day, session by session, both the counselling and the physical therapy, they literally rebuilt me as a person.
The release of the endorphins that sort of keep you coming back, it's the fact that even after a brutal workout like Murph, you walk out the doors and you're like, yeah, I couldn't do that again, but I'd give it a go.
I coach people that need release, you know, for that escape from whatever else is going on in the day.
And you look at a weight and you think, I can't pick that up. But then you do it. You start to trust in your physical body and your physical ability, and that in turn overrides the illness that is in your head.
Obviously joined, came in, everyone was so lovely, and after a few weeks I realised how important that this had been to me, and that nothing else really helped.
If they find CrossFit through BTG and then they start it and they know that it manages their mental health, and then for whatever reason they have to move, you know, there is CrossFit gyms everywhere and they are community based.
We set up the Georgia Lee Ogden Foundation. We thought that helping out Bridging the Gap would be a great idea because myself and my mum had used Bridging the Gap to help ourselves.
Just like our whole programme cost 580 quid, and I just think that is nothing. That's like, well, it does. I'm proud to say it literally saves people's lives.